Anyway, because listen, when he first played me your stuff, I was like, I think it was, of course it's the one I've posted on Instagram. It's this is goodbye, and I was like, whoa, move out of the decks here, and I shoot him off. He's my younger brother, right?
Okay.
I have shoeing dibs, and I like put on the flip side, the deeper mix, and I was like, oh, dude, I had to just like sit down for this one.
Wow.
And I was like, who is this guy? And then I had to go find you on MySpace.
Yeah. How did we end up connecting? I don't even know that.
It was MySpace.
Oh, through MySpace. Okay.
Yeah, and then you wrote me back, and I was like, holy, what? This is awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, dude, I was like a fan from like first needle drop.
Okay.
So yeah,
cool.
Serious mea culpa.
Okay, cool. Yeah, So there, I mean, this is the way that it is. I guess I don't know.
New parent fog.
Yeah. So so you living in Montreal. You said painfully shy.
Yeah.
Whatever this thing that happened to make the girls be super assertive hadn't happened yet, clearly.
Yeah.
Maybe it was you were a few years too early. And then you moved on.
Yeah. I moved out of there.
Okay, when did you meet your wife?
Oh, so that was, I met her in 2008, late 2008, yeah. Yeah, so we were, nice segue, sir.
You know what I
mean? We met through a coworker. So I was working, you probably remember when we were working on, I forget what it was, but I was working at the fruit factory at the time.
Okay.
And so,
is that what y'all call it?
That's what I call it to stay on the incognito tip. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was working there, and I would ride the bus or the train to work, and I met this woman on the train, on the bus, I guess. And she ended up being from Singapore, and my college roommate was from Singapore, and right before I met her, I was going to Singapore to be a groomsman in my college homie's like wedding in Singapore.
Okay.
So there's a lot of like Singapore stuff happening to me like in mid to late 2008.
Okay.
And so right before I go to Singapore, I'm like, yeah, what should I do and where should I go and blah blah. And so anyway, she gave me some tips, and then I go, and when I come back, she's like, yeah, you should tell me how it goes and whatever. And so like we were gonna meet up for something, and so when we met up, she had one of her friends there, and so I realized later that it was more of a
it was a setup.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so,
because sometimes they do the thing where they invite somebody else, so you're sure it's not a date, but this was not
a date. This was like a Singapore recap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you eat?
No. But I'm saying I'm saying that maybe I might have thought that the reason why she brought her friend was to act as a buffer to make sure that it was a platonic meeting.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so between her. Oh no, she was between her and me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was engaged. Yeah. So yes, she was off the marché as it were. Yeah. So yeah, and so we met, and then afterwards her name's Fiona. Afterwards, the Singaporean who set us up, she was like, "Are you sure you're not married? Are you sure you don't have kids? Are you sure you don't have any arrest warrants?" Like I got the full like background check. Like if you screw this up, I will hurt you. Which was frankly terrifying. So, and then after that, I went to a Thanksgiving dinner where she was there among communal friends, and after that, got those digits, and
so you weren't shy at this moment.
So now I'm like in my mid 30s now.
Okay.
So yeah, so shyness is I've this time I'm like I guess the path had been kind of smooth. So and I was among peers and coworkers and friends and stuff, and so the other angle is that a lot of these, so her husband, who was also a Singaporean, he had also gone to my college, and so they were older than me, but there was a little bit of like communal history dating back like 10 years, 15 years or so. So it wasn't I wasn't like out of water, as it were, because again, my roommate was Singaporean, so me hanging out with Singaporeans wasn't didn't feel weird. And so yeah, so we at the Thanksgiving, we efficiently exchanged data, and I mean data by I mean telephone numbers, and then started going out, and that was over 10 years ago.
Okay, so the thing is you also already knew that she was interested in you because you got the grilling earlier.
Yes. Yeah.
So they just made it all kinds of easy for you.
It was so the thing about it is that before that I had done like Nerve, Yahoo. This is pre-Tinder. I had done Yahoo. All those other things, and in fact, at one point I submitted. This is really cheesy. I think I might have been in Montreal at the time. I had tried to do online dating before I moved to Montreal when I was still living in Virginia. And I found that it was, you could meet some people, but when I got to Montreal, I was like, I don't think anybody does online dating here. This is like, early to mid 2000s, right? And so when I moved to California, there was a lot more of that, but I don't know. I mean, I made some friends, but relationship wise, the chemistry that you establish online, and then whatever I then maybe awkward or shy I was in person in that first meeting always seemed to be a little bit lower than whatever rapport I had established online prior. And so
this is why you talk online as little as possible.
Yeah,
because they start putting, or both people start putting, imagining ideas, things, and and then who can live up to the creation of your mind, like what you're imagining about that person.
Yeah. So I didn't have that wisdom at the time.
Yeah, get it together.
Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah, next life, right? And so that's how it went. And so I was always like, man, like, is it just unlucky with people I met online, or is it something in the way we're meeting online that the way the relationship unfurls is just not conducive for anything longer than, like, I don't know, a few months or half a year or something?
Well, but I mean, I don't know. Like, do relationships normally go more than a few months or half a year? No matter how.
So at the time, I mean, I had only had I don't know, 1 or 2 multi-year relationships. So but yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know why things were not working, or why I wasn't. I mean, I also think that I was maybe converging or narrowing down like what I wanted from a relationship. Also, like my siblings were all like hitched or in long-term relationships for like a long time, and I was getting a little bit of family pressure.
Your brother that you didn't introduce me to, right? Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's
probably lived on my block.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's gonna he's gonna have he's gonna see this, and yeah, the mea culpa shall roll in. But yeah, I was getting a little bit of like family pressure. Like my uncles are always like, "What, what's your deal? Like, when are you gonna make me a granduncle?" My dad was like, "When are you gonna make me a grandfather?" Like, there's all this kind of, I don't know. So maybe I considered that a little bit more than maybe, I don't know. But I think in terms of what I wanted from a relationship, I think I definitely wanted a family. We probably talked about this a little bit last time, the whole family stuff. And but so when I meet somebody, if they don't want a family at all, or that's not their thing, then even though we may have rapport, like ultimately, like that wasn't gonna work, right? And so that was, I mean, I guess I'm saying is with age, I had refinements that I made to sort of what I thought would be a good fit. And the other thing I think I wanted things to feel like, aside from any cerebral like list of things that I think I need in life or whatever, I wanted things to feel right, without having to put the big old brain up in there and work it out. And I wanted to sort of.
Okay. Well, okay, let me stop you then. Did you feel this all along, or did you feel it when you first sat down and talked about the Singapore trip? Did you feel it when you were sitting at that table with her?
I felt more like, now I'm perspiring. Now I'm sweating. Are my pits all like dank and I was more like, like I don't want to like look directly at her.
Hold on. So this is the first time you're meeting her. You're with someone that you already know.
Yeah.
There's no date, and you still feeling.
No. So what happened was.
Yeah, you leaving out parts of the story, man. What's going on?
Oh yeah, sorry, man. Let me color this puppy in here. So we're at the table, and I have my like phone with my with all the photos I've taken and all my adventures, in Singapore, and to see it on the small screen, they sit on either side of me. First, it's across from me, and then they're sitting on either side of me, and they're kind of leaning in to see the screen.
Yeah.
That's
warm.
Like, I'm a little bit more like conscious of my person and her person right there. Right next to me, so.
Okay.
So not trying to screw it up like before it's,
So this wasn't because you were nervous just because it was two people next to you, not because you knew you were in love right then and there.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, also like she's cute, and I'm trying to if there's any, the fact that Fiona brought her there and stuff, like I was like, okay. I didn't want to screw anything up, whatever it was. And so,
how are you gonna screw it up?
Well, what I mean is,
what are you talking about? What's happening here?
What I mean by screw it up, I mean like